A full-frame camera in a compact body, super fast 10 frames per second photo capture, and 4K ultra-high def video. Hi, I'm Michael Josh, and you're watching GadgetMatch. When it comes to full-frame mirrorless cameras, Sony's A7 series is the gold standard. And this year, their flagship camera gets an upgrade. In the A7 series, the A7, its namesake, is the base model. It's cheaper than the A7S and the A7R. But nothing about this camera is basic, and we'll tell you exactly why. This is our Sony A7 III Hands-on. When it comes to design, the third generation A7 retains its classic compact form factor, with a few important changes. For one, we feel more confident holding the Sony A7 III now that it has a bigger grip, which as a result gives us more room for a bigger battery that extends battery life significantly. We also like that it has a new joystick. Instead of having to press 4 buttons, setting your autofocus point is now easier to do, even on the fly. It has dual card slot, with one slot rated for faster high-performance memory cards. And just like the A7R III from earlier this year, the A7 III supports charging via USB-C. Its tilting touchscreen display works as expected. It's good for those low-angle shots, or when you shoot from above. Now, while as expected, the A7 III performs well as a still camera, Sony has also made it with videographers in mind, just like Chai and Kevin. And they're both happy to know that the video record button has now been moved from over here, tucked obscurely in one corner, to a place that feels easier and more natural to reach. There's more to look forward to. On to its features. So, what does the new A7 III offer, and how does it compare to its predecessor, the A7 II? Not one to push megapixels, the A7 III, like the camera that came before, has a 24 megapixel sensor. But now, the A7 Mark III has a backside illuminated sensor, meaning it can now do well both in low light and in bright light conditions. Sony's 5-axis image stabilization also makes its way here, but more importantly, the A7 III now features 693 phase detection autofocus points. For comparison's sake, the A7 Mark II, that was last generation's model, only had a 117-point AF system. With its Bion's X image processor, the A7 III can shoot images faster. How fast, you ask me? Well, the 35mm full-frame image sensor on this camera can shoot images continuously at up to 10 frames per second. The ability to shoot 4K UHD videos also make the A7 III a well-rounded camera. Additionally, there's Wi-Fi, NFC, and Bluetooth on board for wireless connectivity. We've been using this camera to shoot both our travels and work, and we like how its autofocus system is snappy and locks onto the subject quickly. Quality-wise, we're impressed with its dynamic range and how it maintains details from both bright and dark areas. The company is also proud that the A7 Mark III can reach a maximum ISO of 204,800. With that ISO range and the camera's ability to reduce noise, we get awesome photos even with the least amount of lighting. Check out our shots using the Sony A7 III. As mentioned earlier, the A7 III is an all-around shooter. It records up to 4K resolution at both 24p and 30p, and if you want more control over your footage, you can shoot with different picture profiles. Another reason we love shooting videos with it is its touchscreen display that lets you tap to focus. It's easy and effective and results in professional-looking shots. And for those who are fans of slowing things down, it can also shoot up to 120 frames per second at full HD. Here's some video we shot using the A7 III.
do is drive around aimlessly, trying to forget who we wanna be, trying to just breathe and be carefree, baby, you and me. Head up in the stars, driving fast cars, feeling like we're outlaws with our deep scars and our fast cars. I'm sorry that we're not who you want us to be. I'm sorry that we never got a degree. I'm sorry that I'm always feeling me and not you. I'm sorry that I'm all up in my own head. I'm sorry that we never go to bed. I'm sorry that we're driving a little too fast, but wouldn't you?
Like the A9 and this year's A7R Mark III, the A7 III comes with Sony's new larger battery design. That battery has twice more juice, but it also means if you're upgrading, you can't use your older batteries. Its updated processor also helps in making the battery more efficient. And because of this, Sony claims that a single battery can shoot up to 710 shots before needing to be recharged. Pricing for the A7 III is like this for the following countries. For the body only, meaning it doesn't come with any lenses, it's half the price of Sony's high-end A9, $1,000 cheaper than the excellent A7R Mark III, and just as much as Panasonic's popular GH5, which has a much smaller micro Four Thirds sensor. So, is the Sony A7 Mark III your gadget match? From the time that we've spent using this camera, we can say for sure that this camera excels at both photos and video. It's got really fast autofocus, which means more shots in focus all the time. There's an option for shooting 4K videos with impressive details, and let's not forget an improved design with a more secure grip, better controls, and buttons that are easier to reach. So, if you're looking for a solid all-around performer with a price that's relatively affordable for what it is and what it does, the Sony A7 Mark III might be for you. And that was our Sony A7 Mark III hands-on. For more videos like this one, you know the drill, folks. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow GadgetMatch on social media, and make GadgetMatch.com your daily habit. Until the next video, I'm Michael Josh. Thanks for dropping by.